All right, welcome back, and thanks for sticking with us. I appreciate it. This is the last stop prior to we taking a quick half-hour lunch, whether you're going to actually eat lunch or if you recorded this, skip through it and get to the next portion. Whatever you do, I do ask that you just pay attention real quickly. This portion of the presentation is called In Case You Weren't Aware. It's just a number of products that are out there that you may not know about, may not know much about, or anything, like I said. So if you just bear with me, I know we talked a little bit about Teamcenter. I'm just going to take myself off the screen again so I don't get in the way of the slides. We are going to talk a little bit about Teamcenter, a couple of products that are one relatively new and one brand spanking new. We're also going to talk a little bit about tokens or the value-based licensing that has evolved into something more. And we're also going to talk briefly about FlowEFD for NX. We're going to try to shift the simulation process to the left, and that'll make a little more sense when we get there. But first, I want to talk about Teamcenter and Rapid Start and Teamcenter X. Rapid Start has been around a while. This is not new, and it is an evolution of something called Teamcenter Express. Teamcenter Express was really kind of a failed venture. Rapid Start really is a much more streamlined product and one that's really ready for use and quite successful. But there are reasons that folks need product data management. You need to protect your intellectual property. You need to be able to reuse data. You need to be more efficient and have better quality and of course speed time to market. And Teamcenter as a portfolio really helps you do that. But many people shy away from Teamcenter because it can be a really large program. You look at the PLM platform, the applications within Teamcenter, there really is quite a lot that you can do with it. But that top line there, the start line, that is product data management. And that's really where Rapid Start will help you. What this allows you to do is start with product data management and then expand into full-scale PLM. So the way it works is it is full Teamcenter. You're not getting a scaled-down version of Teamcenter. You are getting Teamcenter, the full access of the tool. But what Rapid Start is, it allows you to use best practice, years of experience development from Siemens in something called an overlay. And that overlay is just sort of an install instance of Teamcenter on your systems that allows you to do quick part numbering or do some rudimentary workflows like engineering change. It really just gives you the ability to manage data right out of the box. So find and reuse data, manage your designs, manage your documents, execute processes, manage design change, and report on status, all out of the box using Teamcenter Rapid Start. Now, Teamcenter X is a little bit different. Teamcenter X is fully on the cloud, operated by Siemens. So we're calling it Instant On PLM. You buy it, you get it installed really in the cloud, so you don't have to have extra IT expense, and then it grows with you. So you have the ability to do that start line, instant PDM, but you are able to do more right out of the box. You are able to do integrations to ECAD tools. You are able to add change management. You are able to even extend very quickly, rapidly, and again, all on the cloud. So this is really sort of the trend. We're seeing it. Siemens is really embracing it. And Teamcenter X is a great system to get you PDM instantaneously and PLM really, more importantly. And one thing I also really enjoy about Teamcenter X is I've had many customers ask me if they can trial Teamcenter. Trialing Teamcenter is really difficult, simply because we're not able to go in and install Teamcenter for all of your data. It doesn't work that way. But you can actually do that with Teamcenter X. You're obviously going to need to talk to a specialist, whether it's me or one of my colleagues in another part of the country. or even Siemens themselves if you are listening overseas or what have you. But you have the ability to plug it in and start right away and do a 30-day free trial if you can apply and get accepted for that trial. And that's something that I find very beneficial, especially since we've had a few customers, as I said, ask for a trial. It just hasn't been able to be given. And this is all sort of part of where Siemens is heading. The Accelerator product series is really just the Siemens products. I mean, it is NX, it is Mentor products, it is Teamcenter. They are the products that Siemens sells, but what they're trying to do is embrace that software as a service idea that really seems to be picking up with everybody. So instead of software as a service, Siemens is calling it Accelerator as a service. And this is really sort of a subscription model that allows less IT management, more service in the cloud, and really it is, like I said, sort of the way things are going. So a few years ago, I think it was a few years ago, at one of our first NX University events, we introduced the token or value-based licensing system. This is something that allows you to use more tools than you own by using tokens. So a few years ago, as I said, it was 2018, I think, when we offered it, we started offering it. It was for NX CAD only. I think they were talking about the Teamcenter products, but it was NX CAD. This is subscription only. This is that SaaS offering, the Accelerator as a service offering. So you have to do this on subscription. Tokens need to be put on top of a base application. And for NX CAD, that means you need to have at least a Mach 1 floating license or above. And if you're in the automotive world, you have those automotive bundles. You are able to buy tokens in value packs, and those are 50 and 100 only. And in order to get into the token system, you need to buy 100 tokens as your first order. Token licensing is only available for people using NX 12.0.2 or higher in that version of the numbering, or in the continuous release series starting at 1872. And this is how it works. So you have your 5 Mach 1 users, or however many you have, and you have 100 tokens that you purchased. And say you have your Mach 1s, but you don't have a whole lot of add-ons. You don't have human modeling. You don't have realized shape or routing base. You have the ability to purchase those using your tokens. So someone at 9:30 checks out human modeling, and 26 tokens get taken out of your kitty. Someone at 9:45 starts realized shape, another 35 goes out. Now the trick is, when the person using human modeling checks those tokens back in, they go back into your kitty available for people to use. So you don't lose them. They come back as soon as someone is done using what they've started using. So very simple. It really expands your portfolio of add-ons or of capability for your NX licenses. And this is the list of NX products that are add-ons to NX CAD that you can use using tokens. On the far right, you see the token number that you need in order to use that tool. And you don't need to screenshot this or anything. We're going to send you all of this data, or you can call me or any of my colleagues and ask about tokens. Now, new this year is NX manufacturing value-based licensing. So again, it works very similarly. You need to have a base application. I have been told that CAM Foundation is a legitimate base application. It is subscription only again. Value packs are the same, 100 or 50. You need to buy 100 as the first order. But another thing here is that you need to be on continuous release. You need to be at version 1965 or higher. So that is something, that is a stipulation you need to be aware of if you want to get into value-based licensing for CAM. And it works the same way. Some of the applications take a lot of tokens and some take a few. You have a couple of 2.5 axis mill foundation licenses, and you want to use feature-based machining, you get the idea. It is very much the same as the CAD licensing. And these are the applications that you can use for the token list. And there are differing numbers of tokens depending on what feature you want to use in, say, turning or 5-axis milling. So if you want to use all of the capabilities of 5-axis milling, it's not just 6 tokens, it's 6 plus 2 plus 7 plus 6, and so forth. So very much, like I said, like the CAD licensing, but this is very, very new. So if you have any questions, of course, call and ask one of us. Of course, there are Teamcenter tokens as well. I am not going to show the wide number of applications that you can use doing Teamcenter because there simply are so many applications that you can use for Teamcenter. But just so you know, it's out there and works very, very similarly to the CAD and the CAM tokens. The last thing I'd like to talk about before letting you go to lunch or bathroom break or what have you is design simulation for NX. There has been a great deal of challenge for designers to get products out because a lot of times the analysts can be the bottleneck. You have so few analysts versus however many designers you have. I can tell you from firsthand experience, I used to work in manufacturing, and we had one person using ANSYS, and we had 45 designers. So it can be a bottleneck a lot of times. So in order to reduce the need for physical prototypes, reduce costs and speed time to market, if you can shift that simulation to the left, get your designers to be doing some simulation as opposed to the old way, which is this series of doing designs and send it to simulation, and they're working on it. And while you're doing your design work, they're figuring out that it's not good, so you have to kind of go back to ground zero. It can be quite difficult and quite challenging. And as I said, a great deal of a bottleneck. So with design integrated simulation, FlowEFD for NX or other products that are built right into NX, designers can do simulation using a familiar tool and get those products out the door faster. And there are so many tools that you can do this with. So if you're an NX CAD user and you're constantly being stymied by your analysis group, you can do topology optimization, structural FEA, thermal and flow, motion, vibration, molded part. These are products that you can purchase and plug in to NX and use them yourself. So that is really it for the presentation on what's, in case you didn't know, I'm going to say thank you very much, and please enjoy your lunch, and we'll see you in about a half an hour, and then I will see you again when we wrap up. So thanks.